Okay. Dude, what's going on?
I'm good. How about
How
you?
about you? Good, man. It's late here. This is weird because usually when I do these calls, it's like morning for me, and
hmm
then someone else it'll be late at night for them. So today we're flipped around the other way. It's late here. Yeah. You it's early there, so you just were out for breakfast?
Yeah, we just went to eat breakfast and then I came back here to Skype with you, chatting with you.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Um, yeah, dude, thank you very much for doing this. I really appreciate it. You're the
Mhm.
first person from Japan to I've reached out to, and you were stoked on it right away. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much too. I'm very happy. I'm the first one guy in this podcast.
Yeah,
That's
sweet.
awesome. Yeah,
No,
thanks.
very cool. I gotta ask, are you growing the beard out?
Yes, but currently I just checked the Jim Carrey. You know Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah, he's
actor.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has like a same hairstyle and the same mustache, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I should shave it off.
Okay, man. Keep it. It looks sweet.
Okay, thanks.
That's funny. Jim Carrey is like he's one of my favorite a bunch of movies from my childhood. He's like
hmm
I freaking love Jim Carrey. He's one of the best.
Yes, yeah, me too. I love him acting. He's very cool.
Yeah, he's super funny. Like I think still some of his older movies I'll watch anytime they're on and I'll enjoy them. They're always super funny. So what's I gotta ask, what's breakfast in Japan like?
Nah, it's difficult. It's typical is like just white rice or natto.
Okay.
Natto is like some of like a dab like natto. But most guy from other country from Japan is they don't like it because it's so smelly. And some like a fried egg is like a typical Japanese breakfast.
Okay.
But today we went like a restaurant. Just we ate. I ate hamburg.
Really for breakfast?
Yeah.
That's totally the last thing I would have guessed you having for breakfast in Japan. That's awesome. That's cool, man. So you're in Osaka right now, right?
No, I came in near Tokyo because we had a contest in yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is a Chimera game, and Chimera game organized like contest Chimera A side. So that's why I came my local town. So I'm in my hood.
Uh, That's cool, man. So how was the contest?
Yeah, it was good. It was very good because we the contest place was like one famous sightseeing spot, which is Skytree, Tokyo Skytree. It's like
Okay.
the highest tower in Japan. And then contest was in under the Skytree. So many people come to watch, and many riders all over the Japan they come. It was good contest.
That's cool, man. Your guys' turnouts for both riders as well as audience is just, it's unbelievable how big of a scene you guys have there. Not just for riding, but the support. Like Flat Arc and a lot of the smaller contests over there even gather a really large crowd. It's really impressive. Like it's cool to see that there is that much support for the sport over there.
hmm
Is it so I guess like as I've told on the podcast before, I've only been riding for like 6 or 7 years, and I'm still learning a lot all the time about like what the scenes were like. So how long have you been riding Flatland for?
I'm riding been I'm riding 16 years. Yeah, when I was 13, I started BMX.
Okay.
So this year I gonna be 29. So 60 years I'm riding.
Was the contest scene big?
Mm-hmm.
Like as far as like obviously a lot of riders still when you started, but like with the crowds that tend to come out to watch the events, were they as big back then when you started?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. When I started BMX, so it's been like long time before, it wasn't like this. But after Uchi organized the flat arc, I think changed. Many people come to watch, and some Japanese media picking up BMX. Of course, it's also Olympic, so that's why more media is now picking up BMX or like some street culture, skateboard or dance, double dutch. Many culture is on the TV or so that's why people can know easy to there is a contest or everybody knows there is BMX. I was surprised yesterday, just like walking normal people who come to Skytree to up go there and everybody say there's BMX. Now I was like wow, why they know BMX? When I was young, no one doesn't know BMX.
Wow.
It was
That's
like that. So Japanese is like a different, like being changing.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, it's that's amazing. Like especially in a place like Japan where it's like there are so many people there that
Hmm.
for BMX to be a common thing, it's got to be like a pretty big level for most common people to know what it is. And that, yeah, that's really cool, man. Like I haven't been to Japan. I was talking about this with Vicky. It's on my list. I'm going to go to Japan. I really, really want to go.
Hmm.
Um, but watching Flatland from over here, it seems like a magical place. Like
Yes.
it's like we have riders where I live. Like Canada's a very, very big country,
Hmm.
and with the country being so big, there's little tiny pockets of riders here and there, but the distance between all those pockets is so big. So the scenes are quite small.
Hmm.
Whereas, like Japan is a very condensed area,
Yeah.
and like the amount of riders and everything that are in, like yeah, just the spots with the amount of people, and then watching like the King of Ground contests and stuff. Like I'm just yeah, it seems like a place that I just can't believe how many people come out to ride, and
Mm.
just common uh places where people practice every day. There's like 50 people there practicing at all times. It seems
Yeah, like a weekend, everybody like hanging up the spot and then lighting or like a cheers.
like it seems like much more of a community there, and yeah, that's pretty impressive to watch, especially like I live on an island on the coast of Canada, so there's I don't know, there's like three or four of us that ride here, and then
It's cool.
yeah, it is cool. You're right. It is cool, but yeah, I would love to travel to Japan to experience that someday. When you How did you get into Flatland?
When I was young, I was watching TV. The TV show showing me like some bike trial, like balancing the small bridge or like a jump down from like a high, from like a car top, rooftop. And then, I want to do that. And then I started checking BMX trial bike. I mean trial bike. And then there was always BMX bike. And then I didn't know BMX. And then my cousin, he started BMX Flatland. And then he told me BMX Flatland is easy to practice because we don't need to go mountain or we don't need to go special place to practice. And then I was like, just okay, cool. I'm gonna do that. I started BMX Flatland.
Wow, and that's all it took.
Yeah. So now I'm teaching BMX Flatland for my students or someone doesn't know BMX. They just want to play. And then I always say Flatland is very good to practice because we don't need to space so much at the beginning, right? Like keeping balance or finding balance point or doing easy trick. I'm not easy trick, like a beginner's trick is not so many praise and not so much praise need. So that's why I always telling them.
That's cool. So, how did you have somebody to teach you like I mean it's you have a lot of people you're riding with all the time, so I would assume you're getting a little bit of help from everybody in your scene. But
Mhm.
did you have like, one specific mentor or like, a real like person that took you aside and helped you out to get going?
Yeah, when I was young, no, there wasn't. But like one guy, I don't remember. I don't know what he's doing now, but one guy was riding a BMX near my house,
Mhm.
and then I asked him, "Hey, hey, hey, do you BMX Flatland? Do you play BMX Flatland?" And then he said, "Yeah, I do." Then, oh, I have BMX bike. Can you teach me? I asked him, and then, okay, I can teach you. Just come to spot. Then one day I went there. Then he didn't teach me. He was practicing, and then I was just watching. Okay, and then I got a copy. Then I, you know, I don't know how to call. We call hydrant. It's like a basic trick,
Mhm.
just like put standing on the front peg and then scuffing, then go backwards. I was doing that trick 1 year and a half. I I didn't know how to go the scuffing and after scuff to go back pedal. I didn't know. I was
Oh,
just
man.
doing like scuffing like so far, like 500 meters.
Dude, that makes me feel so much better. I've been stuck on a trick for like 3 months, and
Mhm.
I've been stressing out that 3 months is a long time. So you saying a year and a half makes me feel way better.
Yeah, yes.
That's crazy, man. That's really cool. I mean, like, so when you would go to these spots
Mhm.
to practice, when you were say like a year or two into it, and you'd had a little bit more experience, like on an average day, how many people were you practicing with?
Not so many. Yeah, in Osaka there is one park, the famous park.
Mhm.
There is weekday normally like three people, like two young guys and one guy. Yeah, like 3 to 5 normally, and then weekend a lot, like 10, 20 sometimes.
Wow,
But
that's awesome.
yeah, and then that spot in Osaka is like a three different spot we have. Like one is Nagai Park, one is NHK, then one is like Hanazono. I've never been there, not yet.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So Osaka is like many people riding.
Yeah,
Someone
wow.
is like doing flat on the street. You know, many people like Tamen also flat run on the street, and then
Okay.
his friends. Yeah,
So how long were you riding before you started competing?
I start competing after 2 years.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, after 2 years. So I could do hydrant after 1 year and a half. And then I got another trick. And then I got another trick. And then that time I wanted to get combo, like a routine. So I thought like we need a three trick at least three tricks and then combination and then it's combo, right?
Mhm.
So I got the three tricks and then I went to competition.
Wow. What about competition did you enjoy? Was it competition with like just being a part of an event like that, or was it like for myself, I get very self-competitive.
Hmm.
Like I always want to do better than I've done before, and I have goals in my head, and I try and how do you, what motivates you to compete like that?
Oh, now or when I was young?
Yeah, it's changed over time?
Yeah, it's changed. You know, when I was young, I wanted to make like old combo which I practice. Of course, now also, but now I'm more like want to people get into BMX flat run.
Mhm.
like yesterday. Someone just watching BMX Flatland, right? And then I want to make them, wow, BMX is like looks fun or looks cool. Anything is okay. So I want to make them like surprise or get interested in BMX. Like I want to show him what is BMX Flatland.
Wow,
Yeah, that's my motivation. Of
that's
course, I
great.
want to get a good point.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course, but yeah, yeah, I wish I can do both. Good
Mhm.
point and make them like happy because I don't want to like very focus or like very serious face because it's not like so cool. It's cool, but for normal guy who doesn't do BMX, like they don't understand. I think why so serious? Yeah.
Yeah, that's me right there. I always tell myself, I'm like, I want to be cool, I want to be relaxed. Let's go out and have some fun. But yeah, it's like the focus goes in and it's but I guess that's experience, right? Like you've been doing it for quite a long time that I'm sure you watching you ride in contest, you seem very cool, very loose and relaxed. And it genuinely watching, it seems like you're having fun out there.
Mhm.
And that's a goal. I would like to be that loose for sure. And to like, I do have fun. It's a lot of fun. That's why I keep competing and I want to keep competing. But yeah, it's interesting. You say because there is a balance where you want to have fun, but you
Mhm.
also you have expectations where you want to complete what you're trying, I guess. So I guess over time, that's something that might just I might learn better, but
But it's hard if we want to go high level like a podium,
Mhm.
we should focus more. I should focus more. I know it, but it's fun, so much fun.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Um, seeing like in the past few years, especially, I feel like the events like fees in Montpellier. Well, most fees stops, to be honest, they're huge now. Like
Mhm.
big crowds, big stage, like music. It's so much fun to watch, and
Mhm.
like to ride on that stage when you're having a good day. It's the best. It's a fun.
Yeah.
But like, so another thing that kind of fascinates me about kind of the Japanese culture of flatland is that you also have smaller contests. Um, there's like the Saga Run contest, which is one that I always love watching every year. And there's a couple of they're pretty small, right? Like they're compared to like Fees Montpellier, like they are
Mm.
different things. Do you prefer one or the other, or do you like both?
Yeah, I love both.
Hmm.
It's like I love both. It's not so big difference for me. So of course we lied. It mean like go to like a top, want to go top, right? And then Fizz Montpellier, for example, there's big audience, so more fun to enjoy them, more fun to enjoy, make them happy, make them fun, like Montpellier.
Hmm.
But like a small contest in Japan, also same. It's same.
Yeah, they seem more community based at the smaller ones. Like it's more friends and it's a very respectful kind of event. It looks really cool. As someone who watches from North America, I love watching those contests, probably the most actually.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, there's just something about them with the smaller atmosphere and
Mm.
everybody knows each other. It's a very like respectable kind of event. And yeah, they seem like a lot of fun, which is cool, which is very cool to watch.
Yeah. I went to Voodoo Jam this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Voodoo Jam has pre-jam before the contest day. Yeah,
Hmm.
that was amazing because many people gathering. Many people came to ride, and then everybody like communicate the trick. Yeah, it was cool. So one day I want to go Wonderland Jam in Los Angeles, I think.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, sweet. In California.
Yeah. I've never been there, but I wish I want to go someday. Is that contest?
No, no, it's just a jam,
Jam. Yeah.
like a big
Jam is
meetup,
nice.
basically. Yeah, that jam looks amazing. I love the beach, so it seems like a perfect place for me. It's like I can ride Flatland, and then I can go swim in the ocean, which is like perfect.
Yes. Let's go together one day.
All right, man. Yeah, that sounds good. I want to. I'm really serious though about coming to Japan. Like, I really, it's another one of my close friends here who rides with me. He's always been just obsessed with going to Japan to ride,
Hmm.
and um, I've always wanted to. But then after I did the podcast with Bobby Carter,
Hmm.
and he pumped it up a lot, he made it even more exciting sounding. And then that last podcast with Vicky, I was like, that's it. I'm sold. I gotta go. I gotta go to something in Japan because it just, yeah, seems like a great place, man. I'd really like to go over there and just experience. Like, the culture is so different from what it seems like. And like, you came to Fees in Edmonton in
Hmm.
Canada, which is cool. I wish you could have come out to the West Coast. Each little province is very different in its own way. Did you had a good time in Edmonton?
Yes, it was good. It's cool. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that year I couldn't make the qualify. I couldn't go like a semi-final the Edmonton.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bad memory, but the city or hanging out, everyone was so good.
Yeah, it was cool. I like that's where I met you, and I really enjoyed talking to you. And Hidenori
Hmm.
uh, Ishizaki, he
Yeah.
was there as well, and he actually came out west that same trip, and
Hmm.
he came to Vancouver. He came to the island here, and it was yeah, it was great. So I also promised him I'd go visit him in Japan too, but
Yeah, cool. Just come to Japan, and I'm living Osaka, and then Hidenori Shizaki, he is living in Nagoya,
okay,
between Tokyo and Osaka. So you can travel Osaka, Nagoya, maybe Tokyo, or like that.
okay, yeah, sweet. I'll
Yeah,
stay at your place on your couch.
yeah, cool. You can stay in my home.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I really love traveling. Traveling's a big part of like kind of like I have two children now. I'm married, but traveling is a very important thing to me still. And we've managed to go traveling a few times with our children, and it's cool. You being a rider at your level, which is professional basically, and you get to have travel as part of your job. That must be that's pretty lucky, man. Like, that's something that I think a lot of people dream of doing, is being able to travel to places, whether it's to compete or to just be a part of events and hang out. That's did you ever dream of doing that when you were younger?
Yes, I was dreaming always because I really like to watch Kotaro Tanaka.
Hmm.
I love his writing style, and I love himself like Kotaro. And then when I was young, Kotaro was like going to somewhere contest like Germany or maybe Europe somewhere, and then only sometimes I can ride with him, and then he always telling me that country was good, or like some souvenir he gave me, and then I was like, oh man, I wish I want to do this when I get older. I was always thinking like that, and then now I'm traveling, and I go back my BMX school, and then telling someone the country was good. And then the Sumeria, like life is like if we wish, want to be, it's gonna be.
That's really cool, man, to hear you say that. Have you always been like a very goal-oriented person?
No,
No?
if I like think there is my goal, I mean, I don't think there is my goal. I'm always like let it be like that. Yeah, like let's do it. And then one day it's gonna be or like that. Just like yeah, like there's like two people, like a two type of people. I was like reading a book. Like one guy is like built up, like they want to okay, I gotta do this. The next level I do this, then I do this. It's like a build up type. The one guy is like a bottom down. So the guy is like, I want to be like this. That's why I should do this. I should do this. I should do this. I am not like this.
Hmm.
I am like a bottom up. I want to do this. Oh, I can do this. So maybe next step I want to do this. Oh, let's do this. I think this type I am.
That's really interesting, man, because obviously it's worked. You're
Yeah.
you get to compete at a very high level, and like the style of riding you've developed over the years is truly unique and a lot of fun to watch.
Thanks.
So it's obviously worked, but yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if I've ever really heard anybody break it down like that, because like the first guy you mentioned who starts up here
Hmm.
and then works his way down, and then boom, you have a like a plan,
Yeah.
basically, you know, reverse engineering, that could be called. And that's like, that describes that quite well. But yeah, the other person who is just setting small goals and then through increments over time ends up being like up there. It's that's a cool approach. I never really thought of breaking it down in the two different ways like that. That's really neat. I think one thing I wanted to really talk to you about is, so excuse me, you've you've like, I want you to tell me a little bit about the Flatland school that you
Hmm.
do. So you, how did that get started? Where did that all come from?
I start get it. My BMX school is like after my Abu Dhabi performance. I came back to Japan.
Hmm.
I was performing Abu Dhabi, UAE, 2 years, and then I came back Japan after the contrast. Uh, yeah, the not contrast. What is that? Contract. Yeah, contract.
Okay, yeah.
After
Okay.
contract, I came back to Japan, and then I had no job in Japan. Like, and then my wife, I married. My it was my girlfriend, and then my girlfriend was living in Osaka,
Hmm.
and then my girlfriend like say to me, just come to Osaka, and then you can find a job in here. I was living near Tokyo, and then but okay, I go Osaka, and then I just visit Osaka, and then there was one famous BMX shop in Japan. Then the guy who owned the BMX shop, he said to me, like, can you teach BMX for beginners? Because he's selling BMX, but after sold BMX, they don't know how to practice. Then the owner of BMX shop is like, it's not working. We just selling and then we cannot teach how to play. Is like that sucks. Like he want to like make them more fun because
Hmm.
he sold BMX and then he can get money from customer. And but if they can play BMX, it's more like good.
Hmm.
He told me like that, and then I was like totally down. Okay, I can teach. And then I'm working with him. He's on my he's on a BMX shop, and then I'm teaching BMX flat dance next his shop in his shop.
So is that
That's
this?
how I start.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Mhm.
So is that the spot up top with the wood floor that you? That's the same spot?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool, man. So not only did he just want to sell BMX and make money, he wanted to make sure that the people who bought the BMX and gave him money really liked it and wanted to stay riding.
Mhm.
Wow, that's cool, man. That's pretty admirable that somebody would do that. And I mean, if you had you ever taught before? Was that the first time you were teaching any students?
No, like I was teaching before. Like I like to teach. I like to people can do trick. Like I
Okay.
want to see. Like for example, when I was kid, like my friends like kidding me like oh you got the small bike. Why do you like the small bike? And I showed him like this is play. And then what? And I showed him trick, and then I told him like let's try. You can do it. And then I start teaching. And then my friend start BMX too.
Wow, that's cool,
Like
man.
Naoto also like that. You know Naoto Tamaru?
Yes. Well, I
Yeah,
know kids, yeah.
he's like very like a childhood. I think we met 95, 1995 we met. So when I was uh, maybe 5 years old, yeah, we play every day like a TV game or just like something. And then one point I start BMX, and then he also start BMX. Then we practice together every day.
Wow. That's a
Yeah.
cool story, man. That's very cool. You have like a very old friendship or a long time friendship that turned
Yeah.
into the pursuit of riding a bike. It's that's amazing. That's super cool. Are you outside right now?
What?
Are you outside right now? Where are you?
I'm in
Oh,
balcony.
oh, cool.
Can I smoke cigarette?
Oh yeah, it's your house, man. I'm drinking a beer here, so you yeah, you smoke all you want.
Oh, you drink beer?
Yeah, not a whole lot, but we have where I live, we have many businesses that start small breweries and make special like craft beer. It's called here.
Mm-hmm.
So beer that's made in small batches, only a small amount, and then they'll put them in bottles and only sell those, and then they'll stop that beer, and then go start making another type of beer, and then sell that. So it's a very popular area where I live for like special beer, craft beer, and there's a yeah, it's cool. It's a cool place to live because I don't really party a whole lot much anymore. But I enjoy beer. So
Cool.
yeah, it's cool, man. It's interesting because the west coast of Canada always has been a little bit more loose than like other areas of Canada. There are other areas of Canada that have always been very loose and lots of partying and fun and stuff like that. But yeah, the island where I live in Vancouver, very much so as well. It's very fun. A lot of beer, partying. Um, Marijuana is legal now here, which is just crazy.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So it's yeah, it's interesting living here. It's I love it. Like the place we live, I'm very lucky to live on the island here. It's
Man,
beautiful.
I want to visit you.
Oh, dude, anytime, man. Like it was
Sure?
yeah.
I will plan my wife. I will plan with my wife.
Bring
That sounds awesome. I want to
yeah.
go there.
It's great. Like we have the summertime is really awesome here. The summertime it gets really nice. I guess it's kind of like there. Like we don't get much, we hardly get any snow here. It rains quite a bit in the wintertime, but summertime is just like, oh, dude, it's like super,
Wow.
super nice. And we do a little BMX jam on the island here, but they do a pretty big one in Vancouver.
Hmm.
My friend Joey, it's on a
Yeah,
really.
Joey.
Oh yeah, you know Joey. Cool.
Yeah. And Pasi also. Joey's friend, right?
Yeah, Percy. Yeah, yeah. Percy came last year. I think like I can't remember who came last year. Dub was there. There was a lot of people last year. It was fun. But a lot of people have come in the past. Like Benjamin Hudson went. He came one year, and like Taku has been 3 or 4 times. I've ridden with Taku there. You'd love it, man. It's cool. It's like,
Really?
yeah, it's beautiful. It's lots of trees, forest. The ocean is cool, and yeah, it's nice. So anytime, man, you come stay here.
Yes, I wanna go. I will go.
That's sweet, man. We can do we'll do a swap. I'll come to Japan, and then you guys come back here.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
uh, yeah. How long have you been married for?
I married in May. 1st of May, I married this year.
Recently.
Yeah.
Dude, congratulations, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. Any plans for kids or anything like that?
No, not yet because we are busy. I'm busy with my work, BMX school, because it's just starting like getting good now. Yeah, when I start BMX school after 3 years was not so much people come to, right? But now getting famous now. And then also my wife is working like shop manager.
Okay.
She's busy too. So maybe not now, kids.
Yeah, sweet, man. So are you only doing the BMX school as your job? Or you don't have another job? That's what you do 100%?
Yeah,
Wow.
100%. I'm
Dude,
working BMX, like teaching or competing or performance.
that's amazing, dude. That's like the dream.
Thanks.
How so with your teaching,
Hmm.
you teach quite a few you like have quite a few students now?
Yeah, I have a few students. Like in months, average like 50 lessons I do. Like every day, mostly every day.
15 lessons a day?
50, no, 50 in the month.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah.
Five
That's
zero in the month.
that's still a lot.
Yeah, but I wish more. I wish more.
Wow, man. That's really cool. Do you like so I did a podcast with Khaled Huerta, and when he travels overseas to go to Saudi Arabia, he has a school that he teaches younger riders and beginners there. And he's a very driven pro to compete. He loves competing, but he really enjoyed teaching also because he found that teaching helped him kind of improve his own skill a little bit. And
Yes, exactly.
do you find that too?
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Because when I'm teaching, like I always telling like move body like a little bit this side, or like I can see what he has to do. Like I mean, my student has to do, right? And then when I do all my trick, like when I want to practice my new trick, like thinking like a same, like maybe I should do this side more forward, or
Wow.
putting weight more outside, or should be inside. Yeah, it helps me.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I bet that like probably just more time on the bike in general is probably a good thing. That's sweet, man. I wish I could do that. I wish I could spend that much time on my bike. It's like obviously I love Flatland. It's something I'm very obsessed with, and like it's a part of my life. But to have it that much a part of your life that's a whole nother level of
Mm.
Flatland lifestyle.
Yeah, restaurant lifestyle. That's cool.
Yeah. Have you got more plans of what you want to do with the school? Or are you just going to kind of keep doing the same thing and then as you get more and more students? you'll kind of make changes as it's appropriate?
Yeah, I have my goal. So, but currently I want to get more students and then make more big my school. And
Okay.
then one day, like I want to make get it BMX school like more anywhere. Not in Japan also. Like I want to make get it BMX school like some country.
Here.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
So you want to have like multiple like places that people will teach at.
Hmm.
Wow, that's great, man.
Yeah. So because I'm teaching BMX Flatland for just like tricks, but if my students get older, like what they gonna do? I'm always thinking like that every day nowadays. Like, what is the future of them?
Hmm.
So, like, of course, my friend too, they play BMX and then he got a good level. But one point he got a normal job and then he quit BMX, you know? So many people are like that, I think. So I want to make BMX flat run. Doing flat run is like kind of job. They can live like that. So I want to make it. It's my motivation. Like if I can like a good money and I can live with doing performance or a school or competition. Mostly like if I do school lessons and then if I earn good money, so maybe my students can be more like can be instructor and then he can teach more students and then he can earn money and then he can live that. So I want to make that system.
That's amazing, man. That's completely possible too. It's
Mhm.
I mean the sport will grow. And like you say, if the Olympics become a thing with it, it's that the sport will grow. And if you're already planning and have a goal to start spreading the idea of your school out, that's wow, man, that's really cool. That's really, really like I love hearing about that stuff, man, because like Flatland is a very it's a type of sport that is very a person, say like myself or whoever, will be so focused on my riding or whoever's riding that they just focus on their riding. But I love the sport so much that I want other people to learn and to become interested in the sport too.
Mhm.
It's very hard for someone to find a way to work on their own craft
Mhm.
of, mastering their goals in flatland, as well as trying to influence or get other people on board and then to teach on top of that. I'm really fascinated with people that find a way to do that. And that's why I wanted to reach out to you because I think it's just like, I respect that so much, man. That's so cool that you do that.
Thank you so much.
But even your Instagram page, like your Instagram page, the Get It Instagram, I have like 3 or 4 of your videos saved to my phone
Oh, thanks.
that you've made because they've helped me with like tricks. Like it's so helpful to just have a good how-to video that breaks down like I was working on like whiplash to half hiker and it was like I was just so good to have their video and watch it and
Yes.
I could slow it down and pause it and like focus and learn on the little spots and it's are you going to do more videos of the how-to videos?
Yes, I should do it. Yeah, in the Instagram, it's not how to. It's just a tutorial.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't put my like advice there, so I call it like just tutorial. I want
Mhm.
to make people know the trick. What is the trick name or what the trick? What is trick? Like which kind of trick we have BMX Flatland. So I want to show. So other way, I want to make how to, like it's like more professional. Like we should do this, you should do this, you should do this. there is the point you should put like leg more weight or like that. I want to make like real how to.
Cool.
Yeah.
I would love that. I'd appreciate that.
But like some other side, like I always think it's just my way. Maybe some people different. So that's why I'm like stucking. Want to make it, but stucking, still stucking.
No, that's cool, man. That's interesting that you know that though, because there are many people, not just in Flatland, like it could be martial arts, it could be any craft. A lot of people have the attitude of, I'm going to teach, and this is the way it's done. That's it. And for you to say like this is the way I teach, maybe that guy over there will teach differently.
Mm.
That's pretty respectable, man, because it shows that you have humility of like, yeah, this is what's worked for you, but Flatland is so diverse and people learn tricks differently. Some people get better at different tricks better than others. And yeah, that's cool that you say that. That shows you're a very aware teacher in my eyes. So I guess one last thing I just wanted to talk about here is like, so not only are you teaching, but you're competing at arguably the highest level right now, where you're, you know, fighting to be in the finals at most major events. How I'm really fascinated by people, excuse me, that ride flatland at that level. Like to be in a top eight of or you know top 12 or whatever it is at a major flatland contest in a pro category is so difficult. How hard is it to do your school and all that, but also to focus on your own, you know, practicing for contests like that?
mm. I don't know. I I I don't know. I want to go finals. I want to get podium. That's my motivation. Also, if I cannot make it, I cannot show them like why they need the practice. I mean, my students for my students or like other people also who ride BMX.
Mhm.
Like I want to give them the motivation to ride BMX. Like if I go to the some countries contest or major contest, and if I get the podium or make the final, and I felt good, and I tell them the, and then students get the motivate. Oh, I want to do more good level, and then I want to go there. Then they practice. So I'm I don't know how to say in English, but I feel like that. Like I need to, I must show them. So it's difficult, hard, but I think for everyone it's same. Like just want to do what you want to do.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just want to do my what I want to do in the contest. Also, I'm enjoying, just enjoying.
Great. Wow, that's great, man. That's really cool. I have an immense respect for you to be able to do that because if you say it's almost like a lead by example thing for your students, like you want to perform at that level to show them that
Mhm.
you know this is possible and this is work basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, wow, man, that's really cool. That gets me motivated. I want to ride right now.
Yes.
I've already ridden today and I've had a couple beers, so I should probably not. I'll wait till tomorrow morning.
But I want to tell everyone BMX flatland is just not for competing. Always like if if someone really focused to competing, maybe like as Vicky says, it won't be fun. Like fun, I think is like getting trick. I think like I'm watching many really beginners. Like I'm mostly teaching 5 years old between 8 years. So I want to make them just fun because we don't know if they want to go contest or a good level. They
Uh,
really want to get happy like a fun. So if they can pull the trick, it's fun, right? So, of course, us also. If we can pull new trick or like what we want to do, if we pull it, it's fun. So that's important.
it's that's really cool because like um, when people who are young, like
Yeah.
kids and stuff, and they get into a sport, it's where I live, it's very like with hockey. Hockey's very a good example here. People put their children in hockey very, very young, and they say you're going to practice all the time, and this is the only sport you're going to play. You're just going to play hockey, practice, 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 and then they get to be 16 or 17 years old, and they're like, they've just that's all they've done their whole life is just practice this one sport, and it's such a rigid regiment of practice, and they just get tired of it. Like most people just say, I don't want to do that anymore, and
Mm-hmm.
they say fuck it, and that's it. They never play hockey again. But to have somebody to teach them to kind of find that fun, find out how rewarding and how you know the fun side of it is, I think that's something that might last a lot longer.
And also, I'm teaching. I said I'm teaching mostly kids, but in a month, like one time in a month, we do like a jam session or like a lessons for them parents, mostly
Really?
fathers, because fathers always like tell advice or cheering them kids like oh, you should do this trick, you should do this trick, and the kids sometimes say, hey father, can you do that? The father say, no, I can't. And then the kids say, so just shut the fuck up. So that's why I made a lesson for parents. Let's do trick, and you can know how difficult or you can know how fun is it. So yeah, parents are also like getting fun. And
Oh,
yeah, that's important. I think BMX
that's
riding.
that's really cool, man. That's super cool. That's a great idea. I think that's absolutely brilliant. That's really cool.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, they are so fun. I love my lessons. I love to do lessons.
You seem like you just love it, man. Like you seem totally happy to teach and to ride at a high level. It shows. I can tell how much you love the sport. And for somebody who's still, I guess, technically an amateur or beginner or whatever you want to call it, people like you are very important to amateurs. And probably the people that listen to my podcast the most I hear from are amateurs. And I think people learning a little bit more about you and what you're teaching is going to do a lot for people, for motivation, to just keep it fun, and to just love riding flatland BMX.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wish everyone get more interest to ride or make kind of fun.
dude. Well, I won't keep you much longer, man, because I know you got your day going here, and I thank you so much for this. This is really cool, man. It was cool to meet you in person last year and to talk to you, and then
Yes.
to do this is like I think I can't remember who I said it to. Maybe it was Vicky, or I can't recall, but this podcast has been really cool because it's kind of like it's pretty self-serving because all these questions I'm asking are really genuine questions about how I can, get further into flatland BMX, but it's fun to reach out and to get to know people and make new friends, and just like, it's really cool. So I really, long story short, I really appreciate you doing this, man. This is really, really cool.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so let's keep in touch, man. Let's
Yes.
if you ever want to come to Canada,
Hmm.
um, like please, you're welcome anytime at my house, and like yeah, I would love to travel, and even if I go to a contest somewhere and you're there too, I look forward to it.
Yes, do it. Let's
All
do
right,
it. Let's do it
dude.
together.
Okay, man. Well, I won't keep you much longer. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and yeah, are you guys gonna go ride today?
No, I need to go back to Osaka. 8 hours driving.
Oh, 8 hours driving, that's brutal. Well,
Yes, because I have a small car.
well, make sure you have good coffee and make sure you stay awake.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah. All right, my man, thank you so much, dude. This is truly my pleasure. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it was really, really fun to talk with you.
All right, man. Cool. Well, let's
Yeah,
stay in touch, and yeah, thank you again, man. I'm really happy to get to know you a little more.
thanks.